Hello everybody! We're going to be doing a little bit of a different video today. We're not doing Eternal, we're going to be doing some roguelikes. Specifically Nova Drift, which is an asteroid-style shmup as a roguelike. It's really, really neat. It's still an still an early access. Alpha is a stupid way to say that. That is not what I mean. This would be in a beta, early access situation. It's fantastic. It's a really, really fun game. There's going to be an update soon, so some of these might change. Hopefully not too quickly. But we're going to be doing a build today. So I've been trying to record some stuff here for a while. I've been working on theory crafting this for a bit of time. Trying to crack 2 million in a high score, because this is an endless kind of game where you're just going for high score every time. And the idea of what I'm doing is this. We're going to be trying to get our shields broken constantly over and over and over and over. And we're going to be using a super mod called Tempest Break that'll help us with that. So whenever our shield breaks, it'll discharge big bolts of energy that cause burn damage, and then when our shield is down, its cooldown can't be interrupted, so it'll keep coming back over and over and over, gives us faster shield cooldown. And then we're going to try and pair that up with a rare wild mod called Death Blossom. So when our shield breaks and it protects us, we trigger Death Blossom. It fires our weapon rapidly in a 360-degree radial spread. I was doing that with... I've been trying with a ton of different weapons to get this build going and get it perfected. It does really well with specifically Twin Strike and Railgun. Has kind of been the most successful that I've had, but I want to do... I'm having problems at the late game with it. The issue is Twin Strike lowers your shield cooldown. It's incredibly powerful. You get an extra projectile, it just does a ton of damage. But that shield cooldown's an issue, because we're trying to Death Blossom things, and that's not super conductive to what we're trying to do. So, I've tried it with darts, and I think that darts are okay. I tried it with Split Shot. I think Split Shot is bad, at least for this build. Because the idea is that when you Death Blossom, you want it to be a very, very powerful one-shot style weapon that you max out in a lot of ways. And then that way, when it fires off, it's just going to screen clear things, essentially, on your Death Blossom. Well, if it's like something like Split Shot, that's not going to be super helpful, because it just... These are very, very small. It only does 20 damage. This does 165! There's a huge difference. But we're going to be trying to do instead with Grenade. Because Grenade is going to be able to cluster, do a bunch of blast damage, and I'm going to try that out. I tried it a couple times. The problem that I have with this is that the early game is really tough with something like Grenade. Specifically because of this, I'll show you. Alright, so Shockwave. Grenade is just this little dinky thing like that. It explodes in a nice cluster, but actually getting it to hit a thing so that it does explode before you get, like, volleys and stuff is a little bit tough at the beginning. And it doesn't even travel that far unless you're moving. You kind of have to, like, lob it. It's a weird weapon to use, especially early on. It takes a long time to cool down. Like, there's definitely a disadvantage to this. Like, we're having trouble killing those enemies, even. So that means that we're missing out on early experience and upgrades, which kind of sucks. I'm declining the swap there because we really want to get the research body. And that way we can delete other mods. The upside of this is that once we get Death Blossom stuff going and we have a bunch of grenades firing off, it's going to be a ton of damage every Death Blossom, which is what we want. It's just getting to that point is harder. And it means that we might get less experience while we're making it there, which is unfortunate. Alright, let's go with shield cooldown. Again, we want to try and look for that research body. I've got to be careful about that. Flash shielding is good. Magnitude is nice. No research body. Okay. Volley. Volley feels like necessary for this. Maelstrom's neat. So it's kind of like an extra shockwave. It pushes enemies around us. So I do like Maelstrom. I'm going to grab Volley, though. Your aim's just gotta be really good all the time. This makes it a little more forgiving. Okay. I like Slipstream enough, but I think that I'll try and go for Skirmish. Gets us to the lifesteal stuff that we eventually need. And Terminate. Okay, cool. So that ups our rate of fire, but it also deals... If anything is at 12% or less of their maximum hull, they just insta-die, which... Yeah, that's a pretty big damage upgrade, actually. And it gets us closer to the actual lifesteal mod of Essence Sap. And there's Death Blossom. A little bit early for it to be very powerful, but it'll help us for now. Nice early start. We're not able to do any of the real wild stuff with it yet. Nice. Okay, no research body. We do not want propulsive munitions. The thing's really cool. Extra projectile size is very good for darts, extra weapon damage. But you fire behind you, and it's just real weird to control. And it also throws you forward because it adds weapon recoil, so you just constantly push yourself around. Not sure that I want that. I might actually do it later on, once we just start, like, screen clearing things immediately with our fires. But I think that that'll be a much later addition, when we're really using Death Blossom more than we actually are even aiming. And in the meantime, it's not really doing us a lot. This is kind of unfortunate. We really need that banish, because I want to be able to banish some mods here, but we don't have it, so I guess I take Rapid Fire. Still no research. Hull Strength gives us survivability, so that's fine. And there's that Death Blossom just throwing grenades everywhere, which is cool. Yeah, look at those just go all over the place. That's pretty sweet. The one problem is they don't quite go all the way to the edge of the screen because they just don't have enough velocity. I'm hoping that getting some, like, velocity projectile mods might help with that. It's one of the biggest issues that I have with using the grenade for this build. Ooh, Obsession's interesting. Burst Fire is really cool. I could definitely see doing a Burst Fire. Also the kinetic boost. See, like, heavy caliber is good, but that minus projectile velocity might be an issue this time. We'll take the Burst Fire. Yeah, now we just throw out a ton of explosives every time that we fire. We can't fire often. When we do, hit like a truck. Phantom Strike is interesting. Basically warps us behind something when we hit it. Oh, research. There we go. Perfect. I almost forgot. And then I was like, wait, I want to banish one of these wild mods. And I realized I couldn't do it. So I looked down. And there was research. So now we're good. Maelstrom's fine. Like I said. So I could definitely see taking that. Could also just start banishing some mods, though. And I do not mind doing that either. I don't know. Phantom Strike is weird, is the thing. It's powerful. Like, I like the crash damage resistance. I'm not going to be trying to crash into things, but it's still nice to have just to negate some of that damage. And I mean, the empowered attack's not bad either. I think I might just do it.
Very nice.
Hey, I didn't turn off all my alerts. Welcome. We're doing this for YouTube, so I'm actually trying not to talk too much. This is a secret stream. Alright. I'm hoping this one will be the run. Focus fire is good. We want to get into this barrage. Because that's eventually going to be really nice for us to get extra bursts off, especially when we have Death Blossom Fire. Here's improved thrusters, though, too, for Deadly Wake. And if we can get Deadly Wake, we have Flash Shielding. That gets us the Tempest Break, which is the one that we really need for our shield mods. Oh, I missed. That was bad. One problem with taking Burst Fire early is that we just have a really long time if I miss... Oh! If I miss a shot, then we're in trouble. And we don't have the Tempest Break, like, combo yet to just constantly Death Blossom over and over. Which is kind of the ultimate goal here. Get some more survivability. Absorption's good. And Essence Sap. Okay. So now we can gain some life back through our damage. It's a little bit early to take it, because you need to have a lot of damage for it to be really good. But hopefully we're not too early. It is very powerful once it starts going. We haven't even gotten a magnitude yet, huh? There's also volatile shields, and that gets us down to the discharge. I guess we've already got flash shielding for that, but I don't mind having our shields break more. Nice. Yeah, alright, we're starting to get into the screen clear territory. It's good stuff. Just have to worry that we're not quite dealing enough damage for this essence to be really good. I don't know, it seems alright. I think we'll be okay. Nice. Ooh. Not want to tank that. Ooh, Outrage Module is nice. So we get an empowered attack whenever our hull gets hit for a certain percentage. It's pretty strong. Because we want, like, single shots to basically be... Ooh, screen clears. Magnitude, give us extra size and damage, blast radius up. Certainly not a bad thing for us. We'll take it. Yeah, that Death Blossom stuff is starting to really go. I really do want more velocity so it can travel further. Survivability is pretty important. We don't have Force Shield yet, Force Armor. Juggernaut gives us a lot of extra maximum hull. So I'm just going to grab that. Like, we seem like we're doing decent damage. I just want to not die. I like not dying. It's very bad for my run when I die. We'd love to be perfect and not have to take things like Juggernaut. Only take damage mods, but that's never gonna happen, so... Gotta eat our vegetables with all of our fun mods that we're taking. Ooh. Alright. Already got mastery, so we get extra projectile spread and everything. The discharge is nice, but I'll take the super mod first. Still haven't gotten Deadly Wake, so we can get to that Tempest. Our build is starting to really come together, though. I think Grenade was the right way to do this. I don't think it's quite as strong as what Railgun can be doing this right now. But I think that maybe the late game potential of not having the negative shield cooldown effects for doing Twin Strikes might help push this past it. Deadly Wake, exactly what we were looking for. This is gonna be one of our first real tests. This boss can be nasty. Just have to not get greedy. Like, for example, getting too close to that. That would be greedy. Oh no. The thing that I hate about Phantom Strike, it kind of warped us all over the place, and it's hard to tell exactly where you are. It gives you a lot of powerful abilities, but I kind of hate traveling around behind an enemy like that. More damage. Eventually we actually want antimatter rounds, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, each additional projectile that I fire might actually kill us. Normally I would do antimatter rounds with the railgun and doing, like, singular strike stuff. I'm not certain that I want it here. I think that we'll leave it out until the very end and see if it murders me. I'll take the discharge this time. I would love a good way for us to trigger Death Blossom. And hey, that seemed like it worked out okay. Get our shield back without dying, that'd be good. Nice. Yeah, now look at these Death Blossoms. Just constantly triggering it every, like, second or third time that we fire. We're really gonna want, again, Tempest Break so that it is interruptible, and then also that emergency system so that when it does break, we are invulnerable to damage for almost a second. We can get that going, then we'll be not unkillable, but very strong. Force armor for a little bit more protection. Focus fire so we could get that barrage, which is pretty nice. I'm gonna go for force armor. Yeah, and we're not gonna want antimatter rounds. We're gonna want barrage. Just grab payload anyways. Like, even though we don't want these super mods, we still want payload. Payload's great for us. Trying to be very careful because I actually think that we're in a bit of a vulnerable spot. I really need to get those last few, like, shield upgrades, like that emergency systems and things I was talking about. And Tempest Break, there we go. I'm feeling a bit vulnerable right now otherwise. Now we've got damage. Oh my god. Yeah, this was the build we were looking for. We finally got it going. We can definitely throw it away really fast in this game, though. It's an easy thing to do. Yeah, every, like, third time that we fire, we just do, like, a screen clear Death Blossom. Thanks to Discharge. It's not quite far enough to get everything, which is where Velocity could come in. I'm gonna start re-rolling, though. I really want to try and get... we need Kinetic Boost. We don't even have Kinetic Boost. So we need to get Kinetic Boost into Aegis, into Emergency Systems. That's what we're looking for. No Kinetic Boost here either. Let's remove Solar Heart. Ooh. I will take Grander, though. Because that's just gonna give us more levels, even if it is against a Kinetic Boost. Banish. No Kinetic Boost. I can probably banish once more here. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, we definitely want Discord. I don't want to use my last reroll. We eventually want Adrenal Module, so I could go down for that. I could get Blink because it's just a good way to move around. I'm not excited about most of these. Heavy Calibers. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just worried about that negative projectile velocity because they're already not going far enough. I think I'll just grab the regeneration and be happy. Well, not super happy. I will deal with regeneration. Like, we don't actually get the regeneration thing is the problem. When we get regenerative shields, that's a minor amount of something. Sure. Splinter's cool, too. I'm gonna take the regenerative shields, though. Oh my god. It's getting a little hard to fully understand what I'm doing all the time. We're just kind of throwing things out everywhere. There's Kinetic Boost. Okay. And then hopefully we can start grabbing Aegis into Emergency Systems and become kind of an unkillable beast. You're never totally unkillable in this game, though. Whoop. Squeak around that. Yeah, we just make a ring of death around us. Very rad. Obsession. Yes, we will take Obsession at this point. So now anytime that we grab a Grander, it'll give us 2, which is fantastic. It does lower our maximum hull and shields, so it's not without its downsides, but the power boost that we get from it is too big. And it's late enough now that, like, we're not going to lower our maximum hull and shields by, like, 50% or something. And if we do, that means that we've gone so late in the game that I'm fine with it anyway. Sick. Adrenal Module, Aegis, and Bravado. I think I have to take Bravado because it's rare. I'm really sad about missing out on Aegis Adrenal Module right now, though. We'll get them again soon. I mean, this build is now cooking. We're only at 200,000 points. We're hoping to crack 2 million. It's a thing that I haven't quite been able to do yet. I'm still pretty new at the game. I only have like 80 hours in it. Yeah, this is going really good. It's not perfect. Like, again, I really don't like that the Death Blossom doesn't quite go far enough. It doesn't actually cover a full screen. That being said, though, it's not like our railgun version of this had a better setup, necessarily. Like, it had its own downsides. Nothing is going to be 100% perfect, untouchable. That's just not the way this game works. Grab that velocity. I think that I'm just gonna banish propulsive munitions, though. I don't know. God, it is a lot of things that we want. Like, we actually want projectile size. We want weapon damage and everything. It's just... yeah. And I mean, I suppose we're firing in... like, we're not really paying attention to where we're firing anymore. Maybe I just take propulsive munitions. You know what? Sure. It is certainly weird, but hopefully powerful enough. I mean, again, we're kind of... aiming is not something we have to do a whole lot of anymore, so... I mean, now propulsive munitions is actually fine. We'll just fire all the time, and... things will just die around us. It's fine. Okay, shield effect. We don't want spontaneous generation or polar inversion, so let's get rid of some of these. And then there's this, where I actually don't really want anything. Galvanic Outburst, maybe? Alright, banish the last one. There's Aegis, good. I know I keep saying it, but I really need that emergency systems. I need it fast. Slightly strange to just do this butt blast, but... I mean, it seems like it's working okay. I say as I'm, like, screen clearing everything over and over very quickly. I mean, this build is going very good. Oh man, we haven't even gotten blast radius yet. We're in concentration mode now a little bit. We're not really in danger of dying, but I just... ooh, as I take a huge chunk of damage. But I also want to just be very careful. I don't want to lose this run to anything stupid at this point. And I want to try and kill everything. We've been missing a few of them. Some of the ones that run away from us have actually been getting away. Ooh. Splinter is not bad. Also the focus fire, and we can go for the barrage. I'm gonna go for focus fire. Sadly, no emergency systems. There's a lot of upgrades that we want. Emergency systems is still top of the list for sure, though. I mean, imagine this build, but we're immune for a full second every time our shield breaks. Makes this slightly better. And we can still lifesteal while that's happening, so we just gain back all of our damage right away. Okay. No emergency systems. Ooh, kind of nothing that we want, actually. Velocity is one that we were looking at, although it's not huge for us. This is another big wall. This boss can be very scary. Mainly once it starts ramming us. Yeah, this mode. Ooh, nope. Please. Yeah, that's an issue. Oh no! Where are we? There we go. Ooh, boy. God, this is where I really wish I had emergency systems. Boy, I wish I had emergency systems. You had to warp right in front of me, huh? Alright, we're back to full life. We're alright. Our survivability is still pretty good. It's just like the Phantom Strike plus propulsive munitions. Like we've taken a few things that really mess with our movement. We're firing backwards weirdly and have this recoil. We Phantom Strike, so when we hit things, we like warp around weird, and that's hard for us to control. We're getting some extra problems with friction because we have a slipstream. Or no, we don't. Oh, we didn't grab a slipstream. Okay, never mind. At least there's that, but oof. Could certainly grab a Defiance, maybe, because that weapon recoil is kinda nasty. I might just Splinter, though. It is less rate of fire, but it's gonna make our Death Blossom screen clears so incredible. We don't really care about rate of fire, because our fire is really on our shield breaking, as much as it is our actual weapon. Yeah, look at that. Just throwing off fireworks all the time. Whoop, let's not get swallowed up by the black hole. Alright. We got a nice kitty here coming and saying hello. Thankfully, this game is pretty easy to control in some ways, so we're not too worried about him being here. There's our emergency systems. Hello. Okay, now we have the actual immunity to damage every time that we crack our shield, which is kind of just all the time. It might not seem like much, but that extra 0.8 seconds is huge. It's gonna make us very hard to kill. Especially because, again, we're gaining life the whole time that we're dealing damage. We can still deal damage while we're immune to damage ourselves, which is very nice. Oh, wow. Yeah, now we're wrecking things. And barrage. Okay. Yeah, let's grab that. Oh, buddy. My cat's just, like, digging right into me. He's a good boy. In a second here, when I have a free moment, I might just show him off for a second. It's gonna be a different YouTube video. Semi-live. Oh, never mind, he's gone. In and out. Woo! God, Death Blossom's getting wild. This is one of those games that 100% will, like, crash your computer at a certain point if you get good enough. Slipstream is interesting. More blast radius could be very strong for us. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. Could have maybe gotten rid of a mod, too. I'd like to save it for a lot of the wild mod banishes, though. Yeah, we just kind of endlessly spew grenades at all times now. Woo! I think we have the build, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no! And then I goofed. And then I did a goof for fun. And blew myself up. But hey, it's a good start on that build. I really do like it. If you've got some tweaks for it yourself, I'd certainly appreciate it. There's going to be a new upgrade for this game very soon from what I've been looking at, so I'm excited to get back into it when they do an update. There's some really cool ones. Probably the one that I've had the most success with for that one is still the railgun build. So you can see it here. It's very much the same kind of thing. So we get, like, twin strikes instead, and we end up going with, like, singular strike. But we want to get the Death Blossom again also. Same kind of thing. And we get, oh, maybe we didn't on this one. No, oh, this is the one. Yeah, here it is. So yeah, we go Death Blossom, and we get, Tempest Break when we can, Singular Strike, and Antimatter rounds. And that is a very, very powerful build. I can't seem to quite crack Wave 300 or 2 million score. Those have been our goals. I think that the grenade one has some possibilities for doing that for sure. And, yeah, I really like how this is going. This one's also interesting. This is one that I picked up online, which is the salvo build. So you're going to be trying to use missiles and doing something a little bit different. You're going to be doing charged mines. There's a way to get, like, an infinite build out of this by dealing damage to yourself to trigger your own outrage module, and yeah, it does some things. This build is really wild too, but it's not my own. In any case, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate you stopping in, checking out the YouTube channel or the Twitch stream, because I am recording this live. Welcome everybody. I'll address you for a moment. Thank you for the people that followed. even it was by accident that I had it on to do a notification still. And I'll be trying to put up some more roguelike videos onto the YouTube stuff. Do some more builds when we can. I'll try and unlock some weird builds of my own making if I can. This was a little bit of a test run. And I'll be back later tonight or tomorrow with some more streams. And of course, we'll do a new video next week for YouTube. Alright, have a good one, everyone.